So this game was designed to appeal more to casual gamers than hardcore gamers, because Devil May Cry 3 was more geared towards the hardcore gamers. Devil May Cry 3 is considerably more difficult, and this game can be argued to be Devil May Cry 3 Lite. And there's my S, I'm stylish, got all the orbs, and clear time 1 minute and 5 seconds. So I'm actually recording with my 3DS. I was doing, let's play on Dead Space 3. Unfortunately, the camera fell and it just broke entirely. So what I did was I just decided to go through the game because I lost all hope on finding a new camera. Then I tried my 3DS as a last resort, and lo and behold, it actually produces some pretty okay quality. Enough for me to want to, play. So I was just playing through Dead Space 3 and kind of lost some of its blind properties. When you play through a game without knowing where you need to go or what you need to do. How to get to point A to point B. That sucks, but I'll manage it. I'll still continue the Let's Play. I'll just let the viewers know when it is going to be blind again. So main mechanic with Nero is his Red Queen is his sword. You press left trigger at a specific time. When you swing it, you'll get 1 exceed. If you press it at the most precise timing, you'll get a max exceed. And the max exceed is really powerful, and it gives his blade some fiery properties, that's actually pretty good. It makes his blade significantly more powerful. And his Red Queen is just a good weapon overall. Second weapon is his Blue Rose. He gets the ability to charge his shots kind of like Dante does in the Gunslinger variation from Devil May Cry 3. And Dante could even charge his shots in this game. But Nero's shots are considerably more powerful from his Blue Rose. Level 1 is able to knock back enemies. Level 2 knocks back enemies and does more damage. And level 3 knocks back enemies. The second shot magically charges the enemy's body and then it explodes moments later, making it incredible for just juggling enemies, getting them off the ground, staggering them, and just keeping control of enemies at all times. When enemies are bunched together, one bullet will hit one enemy, and sometimes it'll hit the other magically charged bullet will hit another, and you'll just get crowd control, damage, and style, and just one big go. And that's why his Blue Rose is so good, is because it does everything. Crowd control, pushes enemies back, staggers enemies. You can follow up with your Buster, and his Buster is his B attack. That's his Buster. And then that's your snatch move, where you're able to bring enemies to you using his Devil Bringer, which is the conduit of his demonic power. So enough about Nero. Nero's just pretty simple to use. You just press the exceed button at the right time when you swing, keep your Buster, your Blue Rose charged, and you'll just do work. That's pretty much what Nero does in a nutshell. And the scarecrows are probably a fan favorite of this game for the enemies anyway, because they just waddle around and they just get beat up. That's probably one of the reasons why they're one of my favorite enemies in this game. It's because you can easily get style points off of them, and they're just easy to beat up. Alright, I want to go behind enemies that are guarding. Use my Devil Trigger. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And when you go into Devil Trigger and use his Devil Bringer, they do more damage, and That's what you're going to be using to optimize your damages on bosses. So these are assaults, and they are the hardest enemy in the game for one reason, and you'll see later. The Chimerian assaults are just a pain in the ass. Trust me, they can destroy you really quickly. So I'm just going to use my Devil Bringer here, get as much damage on that one as possible. Come over here. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. There we go. Done. There's more? And where exactly are you? Okay, the music's just playing for no reason then. Well, I fell for it. So these things right here, really good for getting the orbs you need. Every time you charge up the Red Queen, what happens is that enemy is acting a fool of itself. Alright, it's devil triggered. Yeah, enemies do devil trigger in this mode on Dante Must Die, but the time in which they do devil trigger is nowhere near as fast as it is on Dante Must Die for Devil May Cry 3, where they devil trigger in like less than 20 seconds. So there's orbs up here. I got the orbs. I'm gonna jump down. Hold up. There should be... Nope. Oh, come on. That's fine. Yep, you just little bitty dash and slash to get that mobility. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's gonna be a new, and there's gonna be another enemy wave coming up here. So the first type of scarecrow we met were the ones that had blades on their arms. Now we're gonna be meeting the ones that have blades on their legs. And you know, these type of scarecrows are, I'd say they're more dangerous than normal scarecrows because they have better mobility. Surprisingly have better mobility. So there we go. Use normal buster, catch that guy blocking. There we go. Buster him. There we go. Give me my S. Alright. There it is. Over here. One of the problems with this 3DS recording is I have to stop it every 10 minutes because that's the maximum capacity, and right now it is 9:36. Gonna be stopping it here for the next enemy wave. But that's fine. I can always manage it. It's nothing too big. Stop it now. And I'm back. So now let's go out the door. There's going to be some scarecrows here. Nothing too big. Just like in Devil May Cry 3, enemies pacify when they're off screen. So if you want to just destroy these scarecrows quickly, any enemy, get them off screen and keep them from doing their dirty tricks. I highly recommend doing that with the Frost. All their icy based attacks and their ice, they shoot ice spears at you. They're able to block, regenerate themselves in a icy barrier that's kind of difficult to break. Just everything in general. One thing I do like about the scarecrows is their death animation, where all the bugs just come out of them. I forgot what the name of the demonic bugs are, but it's pretty cool. There we go. That sucks. But see, that explosion is some serious crowd control. That's why it's so good. Biggest main point is it just does a fuck ton of damage to enemies. Something that really should be used often. As much as possible, actually. So Scarecrows and Devil Trigger. I actually like the purple haze and the glowing eyes they get. I think that little aesthetic change in their design fits best with the Mesphitos. I think they're Grim Reaper-like demons in this game. Pretty cool design if you ask me. Especially with the magic cloak they have on. That's one awesome designed enemy. More of a fan of the Faust though. Stabby, fast fingers that can destroy you quickly without knowing. Fedora hat is really good. Thankfully, the only rank we have to get there is a B in order to get the orbs. First boss up is Burial. He's not too difficult. Nero can just pretty much pummel him with air combos, and a lot of the times his strikes have a considerable startup lag, so you can Devil Trigger in between them, charge your Buster attacks, and just destroy him relatively easily. So just like that, I got a D. Shouldn't be taking this long for him to do attacks. Look at all the damage it's got on him. Now I'm gonna just use my Buster on him. Taunt, because he's gonna do that. Level 3 Buster. Sometimes that happens, but again, it's not too bad. Or he does this, just back away and run away from him. Dodge his attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. I took damage, but I stopped myself from just flying back by using Devil Trigger, because in Devil Trigger it stops all momentum. Oh, there was a corner that I ran into. Waiting for my level 3 Buster. Use the stun him. Now I'm just gonna finish him off using my Devil Bringer. Barrier retreats. Done. This also was not the special edition. This is just the original edition. That's mission 2. Not too bad. Even on Dante Must Die. This game's learning curve is... I'd say with Dante it's much higher, but overall the game isn't nowhere near as execution based as the third game.